Hey there and welcome to Scandal Steep. Jeannie Mai is currently facing a tough situation and has been pressing Jeezy to pay up the money he owes her. That's right, you heard it correctly. She's going through a hard time, and to make matters worse, Jeezy is refusing to fulfill the financial obligations from their divorce settlement. With everything that has gone down, Jeannie is now confronting financial difficulties and isn't holding back in calling Jeezy out on his failure to settle. Stay tuned, because this already messy divorce has just taken another major turn, and Jeannie isn't about to let Jeezy off the hook anytime soon. Jeannie is understandably furious with Jeezy at the moment because he's been stiffing her on the financial terms of their divorce settlement. The couple officially split after 2 years of marriage, and it was quite a tumultuous breakup. Jeannie accused Jeezy of being controlling, emotionally abusive, and even of making her feel unsafe due to his possession of firearms. She also suspected him of infidelity. Jeezy, on the other hand, denied all the allegations. He claimed that Jeannie still wanted to be with him and even have a child, but he wasn't on board with that, which is why he filed for divorce. According to him, it was only after he left that she started hurling accusations at him, making it difficult for him to see their daughter. Fast forward to the present, and Jeannie is back at it, going head-to-head with Jeezy because he hasn't paid what he owes. He's supposed to deposit $500,000 into an account for their daughter, cover $4,000 in educational and childcare costs, and hand over his 2021 Range Rover and 2022 Ford Mustang. But guess what? He's still holding on to everything. On top of that, Jeezy owes Jeannie $92,000 for rent covering May through August, and she's been waiting for that money, too. $92,000 in rent over just 4 months. Jeannie must be living large. You can see why she's frustrated about having to pay that kind of money, especially when Jeezy was supposed to handle it. Jeannie's lawyers have been trying to get Jeezy to settle, but he's gone completely silent since July. Now, Jeannie is pushing to enforce the settlement through the courts, and Jeezy could find himself in serious legal trouble if he doesn't pay up. Some people might think Jeannie is just bitter because he left her, and sure, she's probably hurt, but given the accusations she made and the way he left her high and dry, it's only fair for him to step up and pay what he owes, especially when it comes to their daughter. As for the wild rent situation, Jeannie might need to find a more affordable place to live because $92,000 in less than 4 months is outrageous. But Jeezy agreed to it, and if he mistreated her during the marriage, he's got to fulfill his part of the agreement. Before Jeannie Mai and Jeezy parted ways, their relationship was always in the public eye. Here's a quick look back at their journey together. They first met when Jeezy was a guest on The Real, a TV show where Jeannie was a co-host. Their first date was on November 28, 2018, which Jeannie described as a sweet sushi dinner in Los Angeles followed by some salsa dancing. They kept their relationship under wraps initially but made things official in August 2019 when they appeared together at the Snowball Gala, a fundraiser for Jeezy's nonprofit, Street Dreams. Jeezy proposed to Jeannie in April 2020 right at home, as the pandemic had derailed their plans for a more extravagant proposal in Vietnam. They officially tied the knot on March 27, 2021, in an intimate ceremony at their home in Atlanta. Originally, they had planned a larger wedding in Lake Como, Italy, but had to scale it back due to COVID-19. Despite Jeannie's previous stance against having children, she and Jeezy welcomed their daughter, Monaco, in January 2022. This marked a significant shift for Jeannie and showed how much her views had evolved. The couple often shared their lives with fans, from celebrating holidays to exploring their cultural backgrounds together, including a trip to Vietnam. Jeezy was also there for Jeannie when she faced health issues, such as her emergency surgery in November 2020. From the outside, their relationship seemed loving and stable, with Jeannie frequently highlighting how different it was from her previous marriage. However, despite all the good times, they ended up filing for divorce in September 2023, marking the end of their 2-year marriage. Since then, things have been rough between the two, and the drama is very real. There's been a lot of speculation about why they decided to call it quits. Some, like Joe Budden, have weighed in, suggesting that the divorce wasn't just about infidelity, as some had speculated. According to someone close to the couple, the main issue was family dynamics. They had different expectations and felt their needs weren't being met. People have been asking, seriously, didn't you talk about this stuff before getting married? The truth is, Many couples don't dive into these deep conversations until it's too late. Think about it, issues like what religion your children will follow or even basic things like how you handle discipline are huge. These are discussions you need to have before you get married or start a family. If you don't, you're setting yourself up for future drama. In Jeannie and Jeezy's case, their cultural backgrounds, Jeannie being Asian and Jeezy being black, likely added another layer of complexity to their issues. Many people are surprised that these topics weren't a bigger part of their conversations before they decided to get married. One person even commented, "You need to know about each other's family values long before the idea of marriage even comes up." A lot of couples skip these discussions early on, and it can come back to haunt them later. Even seemingly small things like holiday traditions can be a big deal. For instance, some families have conflicts over things like celebrating Halloween or Christmas, which might seem trivial but can create huge tensions. Imagine if you don't talk about family values and how you handle holidays. Things can get messy once kids are in the picture. No one wants to be that parent who feels out of sync with all the other families at school. Word on the street is that Jeannie's mother moved in with them, and then her brother showed up, too. That's a lot to handle, especially when both of you are famous and constantly busy. Imagine trying to maintain a sense of order with your in-laws living under your roof. On top of that, Jeannie's brother moving in only added to the complications. When you're newly married, the last thing you want is your in-laws becoming a permanent fixture in your home. On paper, Jeannie and Jeezy seemed like the perfect match. Jeezy is a big-name rapper with hits and tours, while Jeannie has her own successful career. But let's be real, when you're constantly in the spotlight and always on the go, things can get complicated. A few months ago, Jeezy was busy promoting his new album while Jeannie was at home with a newborn baby. That kind of lifestyle can create a lot of friction. Then there's Jeannie's past. She's been open about her previous marriage and how she's been attracted to both white and black partners. It's clear she has her preferences, and maybe she saw Jeezy as a fun fling while aiming for something more stable with her ex. It's like having a vacation destination versus living the vacation life. Each experience is different. Their issues seem to go deeper than just cultural differences or superficial conflicts. Jeezy might have felt like he was in a different place in his life, ready to share his world with someone who wouldn't challenge him or his career. But when the honeymoon phase fades and reality sets in, like constant touring and promotion, it's a different story.